hang on, I'm in the wrong place here. There's something ain't right here. God, I don't know. It's a bit like Harry Kane. Do I stay or do I go? Do. Yeah. Who sung that? Was it The Clash? Philip sung that.
Yeah. The Clash or the Jam. I can mix those two up, but yeah.
Yeah.
Clash.
Or Everybody Hurts by R.E.M. That's another song that could be sung today.
Or I still haven't found what I'm looking for by God knows who else.
U2, Bono, and U2. Any songs you want to add into this, Mia? Into the Harry Kane, songs of
Confused?
Yeah, true.
I've got one. I don't give a fuck anymore. Anyway, good afternoon and welcome to THFC Till I Die. Your home of Tottenham, past, present, and I don't know. I'm very confused in future today. First, welcome, Philip. Big up, Philip. How are you? You're a very confused Spurs fan, I can see.
Yeah, I was optimistic till this morning. Now I'm confused. I think I have to see my doctor after this. I'm changing my mood so often. I don't know what I'm doing. It's I'm watching. I normally don't have the TV on much during the day, but I'm watching it since 10 o'clock this morning. Watching the flip flops in Sky Sports. Can't make up their mind of what's happening. It's even made CNN in America. It's all over CNN at the moment in America. So.
And of course, also joining us and was my co-host last week when we did announce a deal had been done between Tottenham and Bayern Munich. Mia, we were right, weren't we? We never said Kane was going. We just said a deal had been agreed between the clubs, didn't we? And we were right.
Like we did say that we trust obviously the source that we get that there was a deal in the midst. We didn't say, obviously, we didn't know whether it was going to go ahead or not, I guess. So we're always cautious with what we say. I'm particularly cautious with stuff that I say. So yeah, of course, source is vindicated, as Jazz has just said.
Yeah, it is. And look, Philip, before we get into the chat, 3 days before a season, do you think they could have done this last week when there was news going around? Now, for my understanding is, it's more, Tottenham's got more money up front. It looks around 80-something to 90-something million up front and the rest in add-ons, Philip. We know Harry Kane is talking to his family. We know Sky Sports are reporting he's going to stay. He's likely going to stay. We've got other reports saying it's totally just he might go and it's totally gone dead silent. And there's other rumours he's been at HOTSPUR away recording a goodbye video for Tottenham fans. We don't know really what's happening, do we? But 3 days before the start of the season, Philip, it's a bit much. And this is the bit I'm really angry over. I'm not angry with the Harry Kane news. It's news, but 3 days before a season, come on, guys, come on.
It's a bit like an Agatha Christie mystery novel. You don't know what happened until the very last page. I get the feeling something's happened even since this morning, because I watched some gentleman from Sky Sports Germany on there about 11 o'clock, and he was full of it. He was absolutely full of it, saying that he's our player, he's just that and the other. Now he's kind of changing his tune a bit. He's not so sure. So something is happening. So I just don't know what way it's going to bounce. It really could go either way. At the end of the day, it could be like a toss-up on the halfway line. Kate and Harry in the middle of the room. Here, Kate, toss a coin. Heads I stay, tails I go. It's crazy. 3 days for a season. And the other Brentford must be laughing up their sleeve, seeing a Tottenham team. Okay, maybe the other players are immune from all this. They'll just get on with their own job. But it's not a good build-up to the start of the season. It's a horrible build-up. Terrible.
Yeah. Mia, what you reckon? I mean, what's your... I don't mean to be rude, but when I'm going to say this, Mia, please don't take this offensively, but we all know women have great institution, if you know what I mean. What's your gut telling you?
Do you know what? I think he's going to stay, Joe. I think that for all this drama and the fact he even agreed personal terms, and he should be having conversations with his family weeks ago because he knew this was a possibility. It feels like he's going to stay. And I feel like I would be really disappointed in Harry and in everybody for allowing this to drag on like this. If he didn't want to go, he should have said at the beginning of the week, he surely would have known. If he wanted to go if he wanted to say, sorry, 2 weeks ago, he should have said, to allow this to carry on is just really bad on all parties, from all parties, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, look, we're going to get into it in a minute. Me and Philip have sort of different views on. We both want them to say, but we're sort of different views on what I want. I don't think what Philip wants. I'm sure what Mia wants. But
Gemma,
I think
can I
this
just
is
cut across you there? Coming up on Sky Sports, Harry Kane increasingly likely to stay at Tottenham despite agreed deal with Bayern Munich.
Yeah, but that broke. Yeah, that I saw that about
No, that's
ago.
new. That's come up since I added on half an hour ago. So there's something going on that we don't know about just yet.
But to be fair, Philip, I look. I don't trust Sky Sports as far as I can fucking.
No, I don't either. But I'm just saying, like, for them to put that up, they've been trying to get rid of Harry Kane out of Spurs for the last 7 years. For them to put that up must have killed them. The fact that them were saying, so them and TalkSport have been trying to transfer Harry Kane for years, and just when they think they have it done.
Can I just say, right, earlier on Sky, they reported that there were some other things that needed to be ironed out with with Tottenham, with Harry Kane before he agreed to it. And I wonder what those things, because if they're reporting that is the case, that seems like to me only a few hours ago that he was okay to leave, but he just had to iron out some issues. That's what they reported on Sky.
Yeah,
so they're flip-flopping all over the place. They're flip-flopping as well.
What do you think their issues are? What do you think he might have said to Levy, look, they've offered me this contract, match it, I'll sign and stay. Do you think that could be it?
Okay, I've just read this, right, is that someone saying that Kane's hesitation to complete the madness of this deal. There's said to be a disagreement between Kane and Tottenham about the transfer. Bayern are puzzled. So is there a disagreement between Tottenham and Levy, and that's why he's not doing it? Is there not, or is it because it could be there's not a change of heart, but there's something else going on between them that's
read that again, it. Mia. Sorry, right. I didn't.
Sorry if I didn't read it clearly. Harry Kane's hesitation completes the madness of this deal. There is said to be a disagreement between Kane and Tottenham about the transfer. Bayern are puzzled.
I'm puzzled. What disagreement do you think it could be, guys? I mean, could it be that?
It could be. Do you know what it could be? It could be what was put up this morning. That Harry yesterday decided he wanted to stay, and Levy accepted the bid this morning. Maybe Harry is ripping mad at Daniel Levy for doing such a stupid thing like that. He should have told Bayern Munich last night. Harry told us he's staying, so bye-bye, see ya. But he didn't. He took a bid this morning, accepted it. Maybe that's what Harry's mad about. Who knows?
But if there was things to iron out before he accepted the deal, and that's what Sky reported, that gives me an indication that he wasn't against going to Bayern Munich, but he had to just sort out these things I don't know. I'm just trying to put pieces of a puzzle. Do you know what it is? I'll tell you what this is. This is basically pieces of different puzzles trying to be put together. That's what we're doing. We're trying to put pieces from different puzzles together to try and make a whole puzzle. That's why it's confusing.
Yeah, it really is. Hang on. I've lost my mouse. Where's my mouse gone? There's my little arrow. Found you. Right. Shall we see who's in the chat, guys? The chat is humping. Please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Please, if you want to pick up a membership, you can. The chat is humping. So if you want to get ahead of the chat, please put it into a super chat. It does help us grow. And I'm sure the Godfather will put me in my place if I don't get these chats in that, because he's already sent me one horse, he said, and another one's in the post.
I'm running out of horses.
I don't know. I'll get you a few more, Philip. Don't worry about that. Tequila can't answer the poll. No idea at this point. Maybe add fuck knows as a third answer. There is a poll. What will Kane do? Stay or go? And I can tell you the latest is 73% say stay, 28% say go. So a lot of people are saying go. We've got Jazz Fusion. Big up Jazz Fusion. G'day. He said, g'day indeed. G'day. Put another shrimp on the barbie. We've got Lee Richards. Ella, well said, Tequila. My flabber is totally gasted. Honestly, don't know what's going on at our club. Can only assume we're selling our top scorer 3 days before league start. We must have a replacement lined up. Yeah, we are going to get back to that. I think there may be. Big up to Rooty Tooty. Or it could be a massive PR exercise for both Levy and Kane, so everyone will be ecstatic that he's not going. That's true. We've got big up to Wembley one.
That alone, the ecstasy will kick in if he signs a new contract.
Yeah, that's true. Big up Wembley one. Afternoon, everyone. Hopefully, Ange can do as good a job as he can at isolating the rest of the squad from this uncertainty of focus on Sunday. Not easy though. No. Big up to Carl Simpson. And Carl, thank you so much for the message you sent me privately. It really meant a lot, actually, this morning and yesterday. So thank you so much. And look, the last week or so, I've been getting abuse on Twitter from knobheads. I was telling Philip this morning I'm having Levy's baby to do things with Levy that I would leave to your imagination, and don't know, go back, you don't know what you're talking about, and go back and eat more pies. And the amount of abuse I got there was unreal. So I got one word to say to you, Twitter trolls. Please excuse what I'm about to do, Philip and Mia. Swivel on that. I was
Right.
Sorry, and I apologize. I don't mean to. I just had, what they've been saying.
Oh yeah, I know.
Had enough of it. Sorry, Mia. Didn't mean to offend you.
That's right. You didn't offend me. It's fine.
Mia's passed out. She's got Romero there catching her. Anyway, we've got Dragon D Nuts, the green grass of home, hopefully. There you go, Philip.
Yeah.
We've got Andrew Gregory, SOS, Save Our Spurs. We've got Matthew. Is he staying or going? What the hell is happening? I don't know. Philip doesn't know. Even Mia don't know. Jazz Fusion, Source Vindicated. Absolutely. Big up, Jazz. Thank you very much. And if our sources were watching, give yourself a pat on the back. Go on. Yeah, I love you doing this yesterday, Philip, how you introduced Wayne Bonner, so I'll let you do it today.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're all well. COYS, TTID, and the Spurs go marching on.
There you go.
Sorry,
I
just failed the audition there, I think.
No, when I was in the car coming back yesterday, Philip, I nearly actually jumped out of my seat when he started that. It was
That's
funny.
why he nearly crashed.
Yeah, that's why. I went by a pub thinking, beer. Big up Peter M. He says, big up Dermot, Phil and Mia. All typical Spurs, nothing is straightforward. I thought it would be in everyone's interest for Kane to move, but I'm glad at the thought of Kane still playing for us. So we all are. Levy's got to Levy. SOF.
Yeah.
Why are fans hailing Kane if he stays? He clearly wanted to test the water by agreeing terms with Bayern. The club agreed with him because he showed interest in leaving.
Maybe he's got cold feet just at the end of the trip. He doesn't know. He's not, he decided maybe the place you are is better than the one you don't know nothing about.
Yeah.
But then saying that, I kind of agree. I don't think he should be held up for that. I think that kind of behaviour is probably not acceptable. I feel like he should have kind of said that a few weeks ago.
Yeah. You've got SOS here saying Courtois will be out for the rest of the season. Live against Real Madrid. If Kane went to Bayern Munich, they'll be second or third favourites to win the Champions League. Very odd he's back training. Now, I'm hearing Real Madrid could be going after De Gea. That's who Real Madrid could be going for.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting turn up for the books.
He's a free agent. He costs them nothing.
Ellie's big up Ellie. She says, sing it. We're all having a party. We're all having a party. We're all having a party when Harry Kane stays. But
nope, not unless he signs a contract. I won't be.
I'm with Mia on this. I think I really do. We've got proud. I love proud to be Geordie's picture. It's really funny. It really is. Come on, chat. Stop being tight stop being tight on them likes. Bump them up. Yeah, we've got 61 watching, only 18 likes. Come on, we can do better than that. We really can. Who else we got in? We've got Adrian Sucker. Big up. It says Levy has covered his butt by agreeing to a deal. Kane is slow to decide whether to stay or go. We've got Colin Turner. Why is this scenario being allowed to drag on for so long? Harry said the situation need to be sorted before Brentford game. Spurs accepted the bid from Bayern now. It is slightly will stay ridiculous. Who else we've got in? We've got, who else has come in now? Just very quickly, just to welcome everyone in. Proud to be Joy says, smells like Kane is using Bayern to get Levy to offer him a massive contract deal. We've got FTS and Colin. Big up, Colin. Enjoyed your stream earlier, sir. Enjoyed it while I was working. The bid was accepted yesterday. We've got Archibald. Big up, Archibald. It says, if he does stay, he needs to sign an extension quickly or he's stitching us up. If he plays on Sunday, I think Brentford should be aware.
Yeah.
We've got Tony Young. Big up,
Hopefully.
Tony. We keep on about Kane. Greaves scored 411 first division goals. Chelsea, us, and West Ham. That's a very good point, Philip.
Yeah, true. But I don't only concentrate on the fact that Harry is now the leading Tottenham scorer ahead of Jimmy Greaves. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, the other thing that we haven't really been mentioned at all. He's only 40 odd goals off Alan Shearer's Premiership record, and Surrey that's will go out the door if he goes to Bayern Munich. You know.
We've got SOF. Kane's upset with Spurs. Maybe he wants to move to a Premier League club instead. Makes no sense to me.
That's one thing he won't get. That's one thing he won't get.
Colm said. Well, I think Colm said earlier that Man United may be coming in to match Bayern Munich's offer. So we'll have to see what happens there.
If Levy sells to Manchester United, he's a dead man. As far as most
maybe Kane didn't like the buyback clause that Levy insisted on. That's another point.
I thought he would have loved it. Would have given him a chance to come back and beat Shearer's record. You know, it's something that doesn't have to happen, but if it does, it's a bonus for me if that was inserted. Strange.
Ooh, it's a strong from Colm. I have no respect left for Kane. He's dragged this on and on and on. A simple, I want to leave or want to stay coming from him directly is all that's needed. Now, Philip, look, I'm going to start this here. It's true. All Kane had to come out to say any point of this window, guys, was I'm staying or leaving. His silence, for whatever reason, has been deafening. And it's left the vacuum open for every Tom, Dick and Harry, Charlie, Kane, Sky News, whoever to come in. Or this is what's happened to Harry Kane. And keep playing the scenario. Keep the wheels going round. Start with you, Philip. Should have Kane come out and said something by now to stop this? I want to stay because this is now getting ridiculous 3 days before start of the season.
Well, he probably should have. But I mean, as I've said all along, we're not going to hear anything from Harry Kane until the decision is made. Then we'll probably hear lots. So he's kept his powder dry. I can see where a lot of fans are coming from. He should have said something by now. He hasn't done it. Whether that's right or wrong, I don't know. Probably wrong. He should have kept us informed. It's a bit disrespectful to the club that's paid him since he was, paid him an awful lot of money over the years. I know he's returned it in goals and he's been a very loyal player, but I think he should have had a bit more thought for the fans. Does he realise what we're going through at the minute? Probably not.
No.
It's not fair, really, on the fans.
No. And look, you look at look, please don't take this wrong, what I'm about to say, but you look at Dave, bless him, massive Harry Kane fan. Talk to Dave. Me and Dave have many conversations. He knows where I stand in it. And he's been on all summer. He's staying, lad. He's staying. Kane won't go nowhere. He's still saying it's not going anywhere. I haven't got a problem with that, Mir. Right? Stay or go. But he needs to show commitment somewhere along. I'll start with you, Mir, and then I'll go back to you and this, Philip. Is Harry Kane showing lack of respect for Tottenham or lack of commitment to Tottenham?
Yeah, well, we've offered him a contract. There's a contract there to be signed if he wishes to stay. And the contract is rumoured to be a good amount of money and, decent, So the fact is he could sign it. Now, my issue is that if he stays and doesn't sign it, we've only got 6 months until we go through this drama all over again, because in January he can talk to clubs abroad. And then if he doesn't do that and still doesn't sign, then in another few months, he can go to whoever he wants in the summer. So we're going to have us dragged through the mud all over again, all this time while he doesn't sign. That's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, Philip, look, you've seen enough big players come and leave Tottenham over the years. Have you Is it like a commitment or a lack of? Is it like a commitment to Spurs? Do you know this has been carrying on? Do you know to me why he won't sign the contract,
No.
or do you think it's more to do with, well, you haven't given me what I wanted over the years, so I'm not gonna stay unless I see what I'm gonna get? Is it? What do you think? What do you think it's down to?
I think it's down to maybe Harry taking the advice of his agent not to say anything. I know deep down Harry Kane loves Tottenham. He really does.
Yeah, we all know that.
He's shown it over the years. So I don't think it's in his nature to be purposely disrespectful to the Spurs fans. Now, the way it's panning out, it looks just that's the way what he is doing. But I think what he's doing is taking the advice of his agent, who we all know is not held in very high esteem on here or any other Tottenham channel. And he's probably saying, keep his mouth shut, let us do the talking for you. And that hasn't worked out very well. And I don't think he disrespects Spurs. If he disrespected Spurs, he'd be gone. There'd be none of this going on. He would have gone 2 or 3 weeks ago. I think he loves the club so much. He's waiting for the club to do something that may persuade them to stay. And maybe that's what's causing this delay. Maybe Levy's come in with a matching contract offer with Bayern this morning or yesterday. Maybe that's what's tempting Harry to stay. So, listen, we can talk till Christmas and we might not know the answer. Well, hopefully we'll know the answer very shortly. But we're not going to give it. It's going to come directly from Harry Kane whenever the decision is made. And hopefully that's a matter of hours rather than days, because I don't want to wake up tomorrow morning and this whole thing's going on again.
Right, very quickly, and I'll go back to the chat. Do you think, Philip, that Harry Kane... I look, personally myself, I think something is in the works here, whichever way it's going to turn. Look, if he stays, Philip, he's got to sign a contract. He's got to say, right, I'm staying and I've signed a new 2-year contract. Fine, everyone's happy. He's got to show some commitment, Philip, because we can't have him saying, okay, I'm staying. But 6 months down the line, oh, don't worry, guys, I'll see you later. I'm off to Real Madrid. But you don't get nothing from me, but I get bags loads of money and I'm happy. Do you know, where do we... Do you understand what I'm getting in that?
Yeah. Mia, you answer that first, then. Go on.
Oh no, I've got some breaking news that I feel that we should be told, because this source I know is pretty damn good. It's not someone we know, but I know that they're good. But anyway, this is what I'm told. This is what their tweet says. Kane and Levy agreed earlier in the window that if the correct fee comes in, he can go. Levy accepted an offer last night. Now Kane is hesitant to leave. Levy is annoyed, and now as he doesn't want a repeat of the saga in January and only wants to keep him if he pens down a new deal. We should get a final decision from Kane soon. So it's exactly what I said. He had agreed. He sort of reneged on that. And he obviously annoyed Levy by doing that, which I understand. He already agreed if the correct fee comes in that he would do that. And then he's saying in January, he doesn't want the same saga, exactly like I've said. It's, it's silly to carry on this saga.
Well, if Harry's now having second thoughts, maybe the thought of signing a new contract isn't out completely dead in the water at this stage. Maybe it's not. Well, I don't know.
Look, for me, Harry Kane has to show something. If he's staying, sign a new contract. Because I don't want to get to January, Philip, and him to go, I'm going to sign for Real Madrid. That doesn't do any good for Tottenham. Does not. It helps Harry Kane, okay. But if he loves us so much, then commit to us. Show us you love us. Commit to the Ange project. Even
if he didn't sign a 4-year deal, even if he signed a 2-year extension, I think that would keep a lot of Spurs fans happy. The 4-year might be a bit long. I mean, he'd be 32, 33. He'd still be in his prime, but he'd still be a damn good striker at that stage. So. It's very, from what Mia said earlier, that we couldn't help be in the strange position of Daniel Levy could be actually behind the scenes pushing Kane out of the club, saying, "I agree. I agreed the fee. Now you're reneging on it, so I'm going to go play devil's advocate here. And I'm going to tell Bayern Munich you're going to them, and it's up to you to look the bad guy with them if you decide to stay at Tottenham." I think it's a PR thing at the minute. It's trying to keep you. Who's going to come out of it cleaner?
Do you think it is a PR thing, Mia? Do you think it is basically who blinks first? They're all sitting on the line, And it's like, who's going to blink first?
No, because I genuinely think that if that is true, and Kane had an agreement with Levy that if the correct fee come in, then actually Levy's got every right to be a bit annoyed with Kane for changing his mind. And he's basically doing what they did to Mbappe. Basically, they've said to Mbappe, "You're not signing. You've got to leave." And he didn't want to sign, obviously, for the team that they agreed the fee with. But the difference is Harry Kane agreed terms. He already agreed those terms to go. So now he's not only just going back on his word with Levy, he's also going back on his word with Bayern.
Well, they were in principle, Mia. There was no contract.
In principle, in principle, but still, that's pretty bad to give those promises to the club, our club, and to Bayern Munich, and to go back on them. Like that isn't if Levy did the same, people would be on Levy's back hard. They would be on his back hard.
Yeah.
So I feel like you need to keep the same energy. Despite how much we love Harry Kane, we have to keep the same energy and the same principles.
Wayne Bonner said, if Kane decides he wants to stay, then so be it. He'll be nothing more than another member of the squad as far as I'm concerned. Even if we sign, even if he were to sign a contract extension, that's harsh. But big up Wayne Bonner. I get where
I agree.
No, the battery was running out. Just I forgot my battery wasn't plugged in.
I thought Kane had left, and you were jumping up, going, "No, Harry, stay."
No, I don't know. I'm nearly confused. I really don't even know what my name is at the minute. I don't even know what day of the week it is at the moment with all this going on.
Can I just say, Philip, you've seen this all before, haven't you? Really, more than any of us. You've seen all this before.
Yeah.
Is this the worst you've ever seen it, to be fair?
Well, it is because none of the rest of them were played out on social media.
No.
You know, you saw what you read in the sports papers or the newspapers, and a bit was on TV. That was it, or the radio, whatever.
The Daily
Now,
Sport.
you've 50, it's at page 3. You've 57 different varieties of news coming at you. You've 57 different varieties of news coming at you at all times, and every one of them has a different opinion. So it's totally confusing what's going on at the moment, you know.
Yeah.
And that's why the sooner it's finished, the better.
Joe, can I just say, people saying it's conjecture, right? Let me tell you what the facts are. The facts are he definitely did agree in principle to join Bayern Munich, right? He did agree to that. And we've accepted a bid. Now, I don't think that we would have accepted a bid if Harry Kane told us 3 weeks ago, actually, he doesn't want to go. So the fact is, he's gone back on a agreement of some sort in some way. And I just don't think that's really good.
I think what's happened there is, you know, this has been all hunky-dory and fine until it comes down to the wire. And something in that family circle of Harry Kane is having cold feet about this. And that's what's caused this. Whether it's his wife, whether it's himself, whether it's his father, it was Harry's father. So the something's happened that wasn't there 3 weeks ago regarding the anxiety to get to Bayern Munich.
Yeah, I don't look. I agree. If he stays, he signs an extension. That is so true. And Wilton McDonald, big up Wilton, like you, Philip, has seen it all, been there, done it, bought the T-shirt, bought the video, bought the DVD, seen many great players come and go. Good morning, afternoon, Dermot, Philip, and Mia. Is Mia and myself the only supporters seeing the complete picture? Harry Kane has no intention of signing a new contract. There is no win situation. Look, Mia, I'm going to go to Philip with this because I know you do agree with Wilton. Philip, are we looking at a no-win situation here? I think he might be right, you know.
It could be right. I mean,
as well.
Yeah, I think what we're looking at here is if Harry Kane decides not to go to Bayern Munich for whatever reason, and forgetting all that he's agreed with him in the past, right? Then the logical next step is to sign a contract to show his commitment to the club. Now, if he decides to stay but doesn't sign a contract, it's the greatest no-win situation probably since Sol Campbell, to be honest with you. Although they are different in so much as Harry Kane's not talking about going to Arsenal. So Harry Kane is going to have a serious talk with himself over the next few hours, right? He says, I'm staying at Tottenham. I can't stay without showing a commitment to the club. Am I going to sign a new contract? And if he says yes, fair enough. If he says no, what we've got is then we've got a striker for the next 6 months. But come January, this all going to start all over again. And we may end up losing him for nothing, which is a horrendous situation for Tottenham to be in.
Again, I've got another tweet. This time from Fabrizio Romano, so obviously a very good source. Bayern have all the contracts, medical presentation ready for Harry Kane. Everything's been prepared, but they're still waiting for the final green light from the player. Kane wanted the move to happen early in July or beginning of August. The fee agreed between Bayern and Tottenham is 100 mil guaranteed plus 20 million euros add-on. Nothing has been signed yet. Now it's no longer up to Daniel Levy, but only up to Harry Kane. So again, it is up to Harry. So everything has been all prepared for him to go to Bayern Munich. And I don't think they would do all that if they really believed truly that on his side. Why wouldn't they inform Bayern Munich they no longer wanted it? Like,
no, that's something has changed in the last 48 hours. Something has radically changed in the last 48 hours, whatever it is. Whatever it is.
Philip, am I moving or froze?
No, you're okay. You're moving.
Okay, my screen's completely frozen. Now I can see.
No, we can see you. We can see you. We can see you.
You know, you're going to need to do the chat, Philip, because I can't do nothing.
Okay, well, let's go back to the
I'm going to try to sort this out. Can somebody log me out and then you may continue, and then I'll come back in once I've sorted this out.
Yeah, I'll remove you. Okay. You've removed him with me, have you?
Yep, he's gone. He's gone now. Right, yeah. Okay.
Let's go back to where we get the chat is absolutely rocking here, and I'm trying to get back to the starting point. What we've seen last. That's what I'm getting. These is so funny one this morning that Pep Guardiola was asked about Harry Kane in the Man City press conference, and I believe Vincent Kompany was asked the same with the Burnley one. So it's becoming universal. Colin was saying Kane wants United move. Colin, I don't know whether you get the money from, but you have to buy in some guy for 70 million. So I don't think you'll be doing another one. Jazz Fusion says, hurry up with the gazump. Yeah. And proud to be a Geordie. FD is saying, I would agree before United got Hoyland. Yeah, Hoyland's the guy they brought in. So
he's got a lot of injuries. He's got a lot of injury problems, hasn't he? The problem he's got is more serious than what they thought, I think they said. But he has got a problem. Okay. So
they spent 70 million on a croc. We wouldn't do that. No.
Yeah.
No, let me see. SOF is saying, if Kane said early in the summer he wanted to run down his contract, all of the speculation wouldn't have happened. It's not making Ange's job any easier. He already has a lot to deal with. Yeah, it's not really fair on Ange, this really. You know, it's tough on him. And it'll be testament to his man management skills, how we turn up on Sunday. See how we perform if this thing doesn't pan out well for us in the next 48 hours or so.
Yeah, no, it's true.
I'll just get this comment on now. And Carl Simpson is saying, Levy has been played at his own game. Many times has he done this to clubs and players, and Levy cannot stand it. Yeah, well, that's true. I mean, Levy's been levied, you know. But I'll tell you one thing, there could be World War III might be declared after this if Bayern Munich don't get what they want, you know. They've caused wars for less. It's like Neville Chamberlain coming back from Munich with a bit of paper in his hand. Yeah. Jazz Fusion saying, as planned from the start. Yeah, possibly. And Aussie 12, Kane Levy gentleman's agreement full circle. Yeah, I think gentlemen's agreements are fine, but it's signatures on contracts that actually mean something. And I think that's what's lacking at the minute in all this. Hod God saying, do you think Ange has a part to play in this saga? Do you know something? No. I don't think he does. I think he's just staying on the outside waiting for it to pan out. Dermot, are you back there?
I am, yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah, we've got back. Lee Reacher says, Column, United have just forked out 70 million on the striker. He won't be going anywhere. I think that ship has sailed. We've got Cy Dancer. It's pretty easy. If he wants to stay, sign a new contract. If not, leave. Harrod Vale. Harry is doing the Mapape. Spurs should freeze him out of the team. Otherwise, he will set a precedent.
Actually, now, just on that, Mbappe has told PSG he's not going anywhere this summer. He's staying.
Yeah. Now, if he can come out and say that, guys, right? Why can't Harry Kane not come out and just say something?
He may do. He may have to now. If it's thing drags on much longer. I mean, tomorrow's the deadline, really. I mean, we need to know whether he's going to be in the squad for Sunday or not.
I mean, look, could Kane lose all credibility? I mean, that's another thing. Is he going to lose his credibility?
Well, look at it this way: half the fans in the country hate him anyway, for whatever reason. So this will just increase that a bit, but it won't phase him too much. In fact, hopefully, it'll drive him on.
It's all conjecture. No one really knows what has agreed and what has happened. Only Harry, Byron, and Levy know the real truth, and I think that's down to the tweets. I think that were read out, Mia. Do you sort of go along that? Look, Ollie, them three know. We know Fabrizio Romero's pretty spot on anything he tweets anyway. But do you feel like when the news broke this morning, Mia, it was one, and then one followed?
Yeah, but then saying that in the tweet this morning, it still said that he was possibly going to stay. So how would they get that information? Ornstein had that information. So obviously there's somebody who's telling these people this information. So to say it's conjecture when obviously a lot of people do report it, they get it from somewhere. And it was reported this morning, the same kind of thing.
We've got Harry fans. I think Levy's called Harry's bluff. Do you think so, Philip? Do you think that's what it is?
I don't know. I don't know. But if Harry said he wanted to go, right? Levy accepted the deal, and then Harry says, "I don't want to go." It doesn't sound like a bluff being called. To be honest, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, you're right. Someone should write a book about all this when it's all over, so we can all get a full picture of what's really been going on.
Yeah, Richard Blackburn said Kane is staying. #Coys. Alan saying, big up, Alan Adams. How you doing? So baby wants out. That's the issue. That could be the issue, actually. It could be. It could be all to do with that, actually, to be fair.
Yeah.
We've got Tequila. Harry would be crazy to sign the contract now. Why give away your power? Jazz says, bingo.
The thing about giving away your power is then that just makes, like, to me, that's not very fair, because then that's not committing to the club that you reportedly love.
Could Kane refuse to move as revenge for the previous gentleman agreements, leaving us next year for nothing? There's something along them lines.
Do you know what? I would hate to think that Harry Kane is that spiteful, because if he loves the club, he'd put the club above what he feels for Levy, and he'd know that's not in the best interest of the club. Just saying.
Oh, now
could be, yeah.
Look, I'm going to have to bring it up.
That name.
I know, but seriously, I'm going to look, guys. Are we going down the Judas route? Are we going down? I'm not calling Harry Kane the Judas, by the way, before anyone starts shouting at me. But are we going to start to go down that road again?
Well, it started from a different point of view, because Sol Campbell's contract had expired when he did what he did.
Yeah, but
so there's a slight difference there.
Yeah,
we're a year away from that. It could well be 12 months' time. It'll be exactly the same as Sol Campbell. At the moment, it's fixable.
So,
right?
Do you think Levy had learnt his lesson from that debacle?
No,
that maybe that's why he's trying to force through this move now.
Levy was wet behind the ears at Tottenham when that happened under Sol Campbell. So I think he's learnt a lot since then. All right, but no, I if he lets it happen, I mean, it's going to bring back bad memories for an awful lot of fans, and it's not going to be good for Daniel Levy if he allows it to happen.
Nah, come on, Brian. Come on now. He was only
he's 7 years of age or 8 years of age.
Yeah,
you know?
Come on now, Brian. Yeah. Brian, big up.
The fact he scored more goals against Arsenal than any other player, I think, kind of knocks that one on the head a bit, you know.
Yeah. Some would agree that Kane costs us nothing, so it doesn't matter how much we get. It's all profit. It's true.
It does matter, though, because even if you got a car for free that's worth a lot of money, you're not going to let it go for free just because you got it for free. It makes no sense when people say it. Do people not know how finances work? That's not what you do financially. Like, that's not how you do it. You're not going to sell your house if you've got a house for free and let it go for free because you got it for free. It's craziness. Yeah, crazy.
Right, but look, shall we leave the Harry Kane stuff there for a little while, and we will go back to it, because there is other news. By the way, guys, there is other news from around the world. And we had the League Cup draw last night, guys. And we've got a lovely away trip to Fulham. Second round because we're not in Europe. Philip, good draw.
Well,
easy game.
we
Third
could
round,
have.
here we go.
Here was us hoping we were going to get. Oh shit! Someone at the door. Hope we're going to get an easy time. We did. Just bear with me for a second. We'll be back in a sec.
That's Harry Kane coming to see Philip. Can I hide here for a few days, Philip? That's what that is, Mia.
Yeah, it's unfortunate we got Fulham in a way because we would want maybe a slightly easier task than Fulham. But I think that Andrew will be up for the challenge. He is that kind of guy. I feel like he'll be up for that challenge. You think, yeah, I'll be able to do it, you know? I
think so. Look, for me, I think Fulham's a good draw, actually. It's a London derby. I haven't got to travel too far. And I think it's a game we can win. We've got a good record against Fulham. And I don't think we're going to fall into the same trap, Mia, as we have done with the likes of Colchester and teams like that over the years. I think he will have them more fighting for this. Do you know what I mean? Than we have before. But look, I think, and we're in the second round. So look, Spurs could be on the way to Wembley again. So who knows? So that's that draw.
And he's going to go all trembly.
Oh, they already are. Now, Turkish outlet now. This is now about our favourite player. It's reported that Tanguy Ndombele update as Tottenham exit could be gathering steam. Turkish outlet Milliyet have claimed that the Tottenham will soon make a decision on the future of Tanguy Ndombele as Galatasaray continue to push for the Frenchman's son. Was that you were leading Harry Kane down to your dungeon, Philip? Is that where you were leading him to?
No, unfortunately not. It was a DHL deliverance something.
Or was it Charlie Kane you were heading down there?
It was actually, no, I'll tell you what it was. Actually, it was the horse's head. I was getting delivery of the horse's head. I'm going to send to Charlie Kane.
DHL. Did you hear about no, this is going off topic, guys, I know. Did you hear the fella in the news over here, Philip, the DHL driver?
No, go on.
He got done right for delivering drugs all around his line. He was delivering cocaine and weed, right?
Lovely.
And apparently, when they opened up his van, he had all the parcels, and then on the side, he had a big bag of weed and a big bag of cocaine. He was delivering it around everywhere, Dublin. It was
lovely,
so funny.
Lovely.
And he was living with his mum as well, which is even more funny.
There goes your monetization. I think you might be careful what you say on YouTube. So just saying, just might.
It was in the news over here. It was on the news over here.
No. I'm just saying them certain words sometimes get pulled up by the bots.
My money the money that we could make on this went after 5 minutes after me swearing and sticking my middle finger up. And so
that is very true.
Yeah, that's true. Now, Philip, Mr. Galatasaray, they're looking at Tanguy Burger King Ndombele. Can we please get this one out the door? We're quite happy. We'll just go. See ya.
He'll have to switch over and start eating kebabs if he goes to Turkey. But yeah, I mean, let's 10, 11 million. Let's just get him out. Just get him out. Did anyone see him? I think he did. I could be wrong on this, but it showed a picture the other day on Tuesday of the players getting on the plane, leaving to go to Barcelona. And it showed this player coming along at the back. I think it was in Ndombele, walking at about half a mile a year up the steps as if he was carrying the world's troubles on his shoulders. And I don't think he was even in the squad for the match, you know, the actual playing squad. So, I don't know. Get rid of him. Anne's just not fancying him, so goodbye, you know.
Ellie said, look, can I just, Ellie saying here, Kane does love a club, and one thing for sure, but how can we call it a Judas route? I never called him Judas. I'm just saying I cannot call him by name, so what am I supposed to call him? Do you know, I can't call that person by name. So
the player who shafted us.
Yeah, well, the player who shafted us.
I think it was a comparison more than anything. Are we going down that route? Because Kane's sort of saying he might sign, he might not, and then he's going to run down his contract and possibly go to whoever he wants, which could include a rival of some sorts.
Yeah. We've got Brian McGrath. Philip, how did your gig go the other night?
Yeah, it was great. One of the best nights we had. It was marvelous. Great night. Great night.
Sky are stating he's likely to stay. Kane will stay. Has that been said on here? Yeah, look, we're actually, my source is actually waiting for news, and that's that's to be fair. I've actually texted him twice now during the show, and he says, I'm waiting to hear. He's in the dark as well as we all. Look, we're back on at 9, so if we hear any more news, we will give it to you by then. So, guys, we've got that Tongue going. Now, for fans asking, this was Ali Gold. And Ali Gold shares why we have not seen any pictures of Harry Kane in Tottenham training today. Well, for those who are asking, the Spurs players are on a scheduled day off today. Harry trained yesterday with the group. So that is where Harry Kane is. He's at home. Well, we all know he's at home talking about the Bayern Munich deal. Now, this came out also, guys, and look, this could be Angie's best 11 versus Brentford if Harry Kane completes Bayern Munich transfer. So we start with Venom in goal, Royal Romero, Van der Ven, Destiny in the back four, Basuma sitting in front of that back four, Matsar and Madison in the midfield, and Kulu, Son, and Richarlison up front. Mia, I'll start with you. Do you think this could be the team if Harry Kane leaves? Just change. If he does stay, then it's just Kane for Richarlison.
Yeah, it could well be. The only other change I could say you might possibly do is have Sonny in the middle, down the middle, and play Solomon on that side, or Perisic on that side. But yeah, there's definitely variations if we wanted to change it. But I like the look of that team for me.
Now, Philip, Richarlison the other night didn't have the best of games, right? He's not that out-and-out goal scorer. And people are right. Harry Kane will guarantee you at least 25 goals a season. So are we going to... Would you start with Sonny up front? I've seen a lot of people saying Son can take Kane's place up front. Is that something, or would you stick with Richarlison? Where would you go on that?
Well, I'll tell you, I've been watched Sonny. I didn't see the full game on Tuesday, but I've been watched Sonny on Sunday. He was very frustrating. He was out on the right hand, so the left hand side, they're cutting in, but didn't seem to have the confidence to take his man on like he used to. And he had a couple of opportunities where he was centrally located, but didn't shoot. He passed instead of shooting. So yeah, I think maybe it might be worth a shot to let him go into the center there, right? And if that was the case, then I know Richarlison didn't have a great game. What about a front three of Kulusevski, Son playing down the middle, and Solomon coming in from the left? Yeah. That might be something that might give Brentford something to think about. I know there's no big target man in there, really, but I think it might be worth a shot, because I think Son needs something he needs a shot of to get his confidence back up there. We all love something. He got a standing ovation when he came off the pitch. I thought it was nice, but his performance didn't really deserve it, if you know what I'm coming from.
But he did have a groin. Was it a groin injury or a...
Yeah, he was last season, but he had an operation on that, so he should be okay now. Maybe it just takes him a while to get back up to match fitness. But the player we love is still there. It's just finding the right position to bring out his potential and goal-scoring potential.
But do you think this could be the team that starts Sunday, Philip, if Kane does go?
Yeah, the only other one that I would put change might be... Matasar for Højbjerg.
Yeah, well, he's another one that could go as well.
I'll be back in 1 second, lads.
Yeah, that's fine. We've got Richie isn't fit, guys. He's recovering from a knock. Isn't Sonny is recovering from a knock? Yeah, he is. He had one done in the summer. Sonny has lost a bit of pace since the injury. He has. Do you think he's lost a bit of pace, Mia?
Yeah, he has a little, but I don't know if in a different system, playing a different way, and him now recovered from that, or when he is recovered, he might get back up to a bit more. Sometimes you do. Obviously, it's fitness, isn't it? And if you've been not well and that, anyway, I don't know. I think he has lost a bit of pace, but I still think he can do a good job in Angie's system. Don't get me wrong, but he can be switched with Perisic. There's options now, guys. I feel like that's not a bad thing to have options. If it's not working with Sonny, we can just change it up.
We've got Preston Tabas, and considering Sarr and Basuma will be gone for at least a month due to African Nations Cup, we actually need to keep Dombele. Bentancur may not be quite the same for a while. That's the point. Do we keep the likes of Højbjerg and Dombele? Because of Bentancur's injury, we're going to need cover in there. So is it worth keeping them, or get rid of one and keep the other?
Basuma. No, because we'd have Lo Celso, Skippy, and Madison still. and then we'd still have. Trying to think. My brain's gone a bit, but I feel like we're going to get one more. I think if Ndombele and Højbjerg goes, we'll get one more in, and that's fine.
It was said that we have to sell before we buy. We've got Tequila says, so now we're relying on someone who got 2 goals last year and someone whose best ever season was 13 goals. Yeah, okay. No, I agree with you.
Listen, I feel like that you're being really harsh on him. I feel like that some players settle in better than others, and he really was trying to impress. I think that he will come good, and even if he does score 15 goals, it's now about the team scoring goals. So we could see other players scoring a few more goals. So
Mia, I understand what you're saying about that. And I understand you're going to say, well, Manchester City haven't had a striker apart from Haaland coming in last season, and they won all the trophies because they were scoring goals. But you do need, if the rest of your players ain't scoring, you're going to need that. You're going to need that man who's there, who can get you them 25, 30 goals a season. It doesn't matter if everybody else is scoring goals. You're still going to need your front man.
You need your front man, but you don't rely on him to score as many. The pressure's not on him because so far in pre-season, we have had goals from different people. We've had Skippy scoring goals. We've had Destiny scoring goals. So, like, we've had other players scoring goals.
Yeah, but they were against lesser opposition, Mia. It doesn't mean...
Yeah, but we've got less... It doesn't matter. You can only play what's in front of you. Skippy scored against Barcelona. I don't think that's anything to be sniffed at.
I'm not saying it is. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying the Premier League, that was a pre-season friendly. The Premier League's a completely different kettle of fish altogether.
It doesn't, like, you can only play who's in front of you. So you're telling me that we're going to play when Skip comes up against a lower team in the Prem that's as hard as a first team Barca.
I'm not saying that.
No. But what I'm trying to say, but what you're trying to say is it's to me, it's a nonsensical argument because you can only play what's in front of you and score the goals of what's in front of you. Yeah, and you're trying to dismiss the other goals that people have scored because of the opposition.
Yeah, but you cannot depend. You still have to have that striker up there to get you the goals.
You have to have a striker to get you goals, but it doesn't necessarily have to be as many because other people are going to contribute.
So you're saying if we sell Harry Kane, then we should just get a striker to score 10 or 15 goals a season because the rest of the players are going to chip.
No, what we're going to do is get a half decent, probably a younger striker. Even if we get a Gift Orban, he's not the finished product. He scores goals, but he's not the complete finished product yet. So we will all, anyway, whoever comes in, all the rest of the team are going to be looking to score goals. It isn't just going to be on Gift Orban, Richarlison or Sonny. Whoever's up front isn't going to be that one person that has to score 30 goals because they'll hopefully, if they score less, we will have goals from other members of the team.
See, I look where I can see your point on that, Mia. I don't think we should look. I know you're going to say Man City done that for years before Haaland
and Arsenal.
Yeah, okay, but Harry Kane
and Liverpool didn't really have a striker. They've been a bit of a Mo Salah. But Mo Salah's not a striker technically. He's a winger.
Yeah, but he's still But the point is, with Harry Kane, you're guaranteed 25 goals a season at least, minimum, right? Now, you still need a striker who's going to score you 10, 15, 20 goals a season up there. You really do. I don't think all this year Maddison's going to chip in with a few or just because Sonny won the Golden Boot one season, he's going to chop in with a few.
He scored 14 last year. If he scores the same amount, even if he scores 14 and Maddison scores 15, that's nearly 30 goals already in two players.
Right. Philip, Mia's made a point, and look, it is a valid point. Can I just say out there, it's a very good talking point that if Tottenham sell Harry Kane, that we're gonna have everyone that's going to score goals, and we don't really need that 25 season goal scorer. I saying we do. We need that. You can't depend on everyone. You're still going to need that striker that's going to get you 25 goals a season. Where do you stand? Are you more on Mia sort of thinking wavelength, or where do you stand on this?
Well, I can certainly see, go back to the season before last when Sonny scored more goals than Kane did, right? So there's goals in Sonny, right? There's goals. There's Madison can bring a few goals. Kulichevsky, Solomon. What I can see in Ange's team is goals coming from a lot more different positions that we've been used to. We're not going to rely on one particular player. But that being said, I think I'd always be more comfortable to have a striker up there, a target man, to head the ball in. Because if you put Son up front, you're never going to score a headed goal. Very rarely, anyway. So I would say I can take your point, You're right up to a point, but I do think we need a target man up front, not to play every match, but suitable opposition and certain opposition.
No, I didn't disagree that we need a target man. That wasn't my point, Philip. I was just saying that it's unlikely, to be fair, we're going to find a striker. I think we're going to probably bring in someone who's young, maybe to swap with Richarlison,
Yeah. Urban,
Right.
that guy from Genk is the one I look for.
I've got breaking news.
I
have breaking news from my source, and this is the breaking news. Shall I play the music? I think I might as well. It's worth it. I like playing that music. I need to update it actually to the Breaking Kane story. Should have Philip there in the tie, and this is Tottenham breaking news.
Go on, get on with it. Suspense is killing us. Go on.
With the yellow tie. Right. The rumours are Kane is set to stay at Spurs due to family reasons. The gentleman agreement between Kane and Bayern may be broken. However, Kane is still not 100% sold on signing a new contract until he sees if there is an improvement. There are multiple Premier League clubs keeping an eye on the Kane saga. Daniel Levy is furious as he wants Kane to sign the deal if he stays at the club, as he doesn't want Kane to walk away for free in January or at the end of the season. Now, these are rumours. This is not what's happening. This is not breaking. Well, it is breaking news, but this is not confirmed. These are unconfirmed reports, rumours. But Kane, the latest I have, Kane is set to stay at Spurs due to family reasons. The gentleman agreement between Kane and Bayern may be broken. However, Kane is still not 100% sold on signing a new contract until he sees if there's any improvement. There are multiple EPL clubs keeping an eye on Kane saga. Daniel Levy is furious as he wants Kane to sign the deal. If he stays at the club, he doesn't want Kane to walk away for free in January or at the end of the season. Guys, what do you think to that bit of news that's just reached us?
Well, I'll tell you, that's good news in a way, because it might force Daniel Levy now to dip his hand in his pocket to get this extra centre back in, to bring Tapsoba in, to complete the jigsaw puzzle of new players that we're bringing in that will bring an improvement with Spurs next season, which may mean Harry Kane will sign a new contract. It's a chicken and egg situation now. If Daniel Levy doesn't do what Harry Kane thinks is to improve the playing positions of the club, he'll walk away. But if he does, he might sign a new contract. So it's very, very intriguing that now. But it's down to family, as I kept saying it. It's down to something that's happened in the family.
Yeah. Mia, look, before I have my say on it, what do you think to that news?
I think it's ridiculous. I feel like that he either stays and signs a contract or he goes. I feel like that he's basically holding us a little bit hostage, and he's got player power, which everybody doesn't want people to have. And I just think to myself, he's got that ability in January, in 6 months' time, for this saga to start all over again. And I don't know if that's good for the team and good for Ange. It's disruptive to the team. So I think it's actually quite ridiculous that he's holding us hostage, especially when he already agreed to go. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
But say now he turned around and signed the contract. Will that change your mind?
No, if he signed a contract, that's completely different, Phil. Like, honestly, it's completely different. If he's... no, absolutely. If he signs that contract, he's making that commitment, right? But if he's not committed and he doesn't want to sign the contract yet, that's not showing enough commitment for me. Bye-bye. I don't want no one at my club who doesn't want that commitment. Sorry. Right. I know it's harsh.
Firstly, these are only rumours. This has not been confirmed by Tottenham, Harry Kane, or anybody substantial. These are only rumours. Secondly, if he is to stay, he needs to sign a bloody contract. I'm not having a player playing for us that's not going to show commitment to the team then in 6 months' time. Well, thanks a lot, lads. I've enjoyed the last 6 months, but I tell you what, I'm going to sign for Real Madrid for nothing next season. But thanks for all you've done for me. I think Philip's getting another news on Sky Sports. So he needs, look, the family reasons I get. I do get that. But he needs to sign a new contract. He rarely does. And I agree with you, Mia. We're gonna have in 6 months' time, we're gonna have this same thing again.
And also,
go on, Mia.
Also, what I was going to quickly say is the family thing should have been an issue when he first agreed to it. He should have decided that before. That should have been in his first thought. If that's an issue, if it is a family issue, then he should have made that he should have basically decided that before. It's ridiculous that he's deciding it now.
It's cold feet near the end, Mia. It happens a lot. Everything looks fine until it comes down to making a decision, and the cold feet set in, and that's what's happened here. Somebody's got cold feet.
What's Sky reporting?
No, it's nothing new. It's nothing new. Nothing at all.
Look,
they're just saying that.
Yeah, go on.
No, they're just talking generally about him. It's nothing that we haven't heard before.
Look, Philip. We all want Harry Kane to stay, but are we? Look, you face the chicken and egg situation, right? And we say it's cold feet. We all get that. We all get family reasons. His wife's about to have another baby. His son's about to start school in September. We all understand that. We all got to make decisions for best for our family. We all get that. But he's got to show us that if he wants to stay, sign a new contract. Daniel Levy has every right to be pissed off if he wants to sign a new contract. It's like, well, look, I want to see how things go. I am sick of hearing that. I am sick to my back teeth of hearing. I want to see how things go. If you weren't happy 2 years ago, you should have gone off to Man City. If you weren't happy last summer, you should have put in a transfer request and go. All this is we can't hang on for the 2 minutes. We cannot tarnish Harry Kane's. Harry Kane, he's a club legend. He's our leading club goal scorer. Show us a little bit of respect back. Say something. Stop listening to your goddamn stupid brother, who's actually all summer guided you wrong. If you love this club as much as you say you do, sign a new contract and stay at Tottenham for the rest of your career. You haven't won any trophies yet. You may win some under Postecoglou, but sign a new contract now. Show us that you really do love us. And you're not just here to wait to like a Real Madrid or Bayern or Man United come in for you. Just sign the goddamn contract. If you don't want to sign the contract and in 6 months' time you have all intentions of going somewhere else, then please just go to Bayern Munich and stay there. That's how I feel about it, Philip. That's my opinion.
Well, two things. One, he's obviously not listening to his brother at the moment, because if he's listening to his brother, he'd be on the plane to Munich now, right? He's obviously going against the grain here by reneging on this or whatever he's doing, right? And secondly, I know you mentioned Man City. The reason he didn't go to Man City was Man City didn't offer enough money. That was it. If they'd have offered enough money, he probably would have gone, you know.
But the thing is, anyway, he done that interview with Gary Neville, and he let. Do you know what I mean? And if he wants to stay, I don't want to get to 6 months' time, Philip, and find he's going somewhere for nothing in 6 months' time.
Well, as I said earlier, somebody put in the chat there, it's up to Daniel Levy now. Exactly that when he just moved off the screen. Now.
Oh, sorry.
To bring in the
Where
players.
Was it? Sorry.
It's to bring in. It's up to. Here we are. I'll bring it up here now.
Yeah.
That's it. If Kane stays, it's down to Levy to bring in the players and wants, then Kane signs. Simple. That's it. Simple as that. If we get enough good, decent players in by the end of the transfer, now we've done well so far. Okay, I've got to hand it to him. He's done okay. We're still a centre back short, and maybe attacker. I'd say bring in another striker. Then, if Harry Kane likes what he's looking at, he can sign a new contract anytime between now and January. It doesn't have to be in the transfer window, right? As long as he does it before January, before he can talk freely to other continental clubs. So it's up to Levy now again to put his money where his mouth is. And we're sitting comfortably in the top four by Christmas. Why would Harry Kane want to go anywhere else? Really? When you think about it, you know, He'd be on a huge new money. He's got a team that's doing well. He's got a manager that we hope he'll respect and can play for. So, and I keep saying the grass is not always greener on the other side of the hill.
Yeah, but the thing is, Philip, why has he let it go on now to 3 days before the start of the season? Or do you know what?
Oh, Dermot, if I had that, I'd know next week's lotto numbers and I'd be retiring.
Do you know, he's got the 3 days before the season. Do you know what, lads? I've led everyone on all summer. I've said nothing. But, you know, I think I might stay. But I won't sign a new contract, but I'll bugger off in 6 months' time.
Yeah.
That's going to do no good for Ange, for nobody.
Do you know what I can see? Do you know what I can see Daniel Levy doing tonight? If he's so pissed off with the way Harry Kane's acting, he's going to say to Harry Kane, right, Harry, if you don't sign that new contract, I'm going to sell you to Bayern Munich. I'm going to accept their offer. I'm going to get out there. Then you sort it out with Bayern Munich if you don't want to go. But we're done with you. I'm washing my hands of you. And that would make it a very, very interesting situation.
Look, Ellie is right. It is family, and family do come first in any major decision.
Yeah.
But we're not on about that. It's more the other guys. And look.
But he had a family 4 weeks ago, Ellie. That's what I don't understand. People aren't getting. 4 weeks ago, he agreed. He had a family then. And I understand about the cold feet thing. I get it, Philip. But I feel like people were giving him a bit more, too much leeway. If that is the case, it is down to his family, because he should have thought about that before he said he would agree to go. Sorry, but if you agree to go to somewhere and do something, to go back on that in such a dramatic way and then cite family issues, I don't buy it. I don't.
Well, just one thing on that, Ellie. What I heard from the Sky Sports Germany guy this morning, right? His impression of it was Charlie Kane who informed Bayern Munich that Harry wanted to go. Now, did Charlie Kane jump the gun? Did those words actually come from Harry's mouth? And now that this has cropped up, they're now coming back to bite him.
He's paying an agent. You don't tell your agent to say stuff without
listen,
that would be very, very foolish to do that.
Well, Charlie Kane has been foolish in the past. There's nothing to stop him being foolish again.
I mean, that would be Harry Kane should be having to go at his brother then. Then he should be absolutely fuming with his brother if that's the case.
Look,
he should be getting a proper agent. That's what he should be doing.
Yeah, we know. Look, Gary Beck said it could be all different story tomorrow with whole new spin. Press playing everyone. Kane could do what Son did and kill it, and that's what he should have done. At the very start of this rumor come out, do what Son did. I'm not going. I'm staying. I'm going to see how it goes, and then we'll talk about the contract during the season and say what Philip said. He could have killed it there and then, Philip and Mia. Job done.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Could have, yeah.
But he didn't. And he let it go on and on. You know, he's overshadowing.
That was under advice. That was under advice from whoever's looking after him. You know, because I think he should have taken the leaf out of Son. He suddenly came out there first day the Saudi thing came out and said, no, that's not for me.
It's overshadowing a very good transfer window. This is the problem. We've had a very good window. We're not talking about stay around. We're not talking about the good window we've had. We're all talking about bloody Harry Kane. We should be talking about the good window about the players we've brought in. We should be talking about the Argentinian young lad we brought in, Van de Ven, who we've been after, or someone we brought in, Solomon, who we brought in, Venom, who we brought in. We should be looking at Ange, who's came in, and the attractive team he's playing, the way we played it pre-season. But we're not. Yeah. We're talking about Harry Kane because he can't make up his damn mind. Or do I stay, or do I go, or do I wait 6 months to see if a bigger club comes in? You telling me if Real Madrid came into Daniel Levy and said, right, there's your £100 million, Daniel, Harry Kane will not be on the first plane to Spain tonight, signing for Real Madrid.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he's got the 100 million off for now, and he's not on the plane to Germany. So I think it's going abroad is the general problem. It might not be just to Munich. It's the fact of relocating your family at such a delicate time in their lives with another child on the way. So this again, it's all surmising. No doubt it'll all sort of come out in the wash eventually. We go blue in the face talking about it here, but we're not going to get anywhere
with
it. Mia, I need to add a bit more to this. Poch and Erik ten Hag are demanding Chelsea and Man United, respectively, clubs to go in for Harry Kane. So the latest I'm hearing that Pochettino and Erik ten Hag are having a go at both clubs, Chelsea and Man United respectively to go in for Harry Kane. So that's another slight twist.
If Levy sells to either of those, I'm done with Spurs. I'm done with them.
I've just read that apparently a better offer has been put to Harry Kane if he wants to go when he goes on a free by somebody. That's what I heard as well. But I don't know.
See,
that's illegal. That's illegal. He's not allowed to talk to the clubs until next January, and they're only foreign clubs. Premiership clubs have to wait till his contract's over. You know,
Val Taylor, Levy is now panicking that he's going to have to fork out money for new signings from Spurs Kitty, which he's buried somewhere. Look, do you know, I'm sick to death of this Harry Kane thing. I'm fed up to the back teeth of it. Just come out and say something. Look, we're going to leave it there, guys. This story's going to run and run. Philip, what we've got coming up at 9? I'm really looking forward to this show because it's going to be no Harry Kane news. We're going to have a bit of fun with it. I think Jacob's joined us for United Spurs of America. I know Mia is, and you're on, and I'm on.
Yeah.
So what's it about? Tell people where they can find us later.
It's 9 o'clock. It'll be a Premiership preview. Who's going to finish in the top 4? Who's going to get relegated? Who's going to top scorer? Who's going to first manager to get sacked? Stuff like that, you know. And secondly, I've no doubt, trying all as we might, the words Harry Kane are going to crop up somewhere because surely in 4 hours' time, there's going to be something else we need to talk about. But we'll see.
We've got Stephen Thomas saying he's gone because he'll win things at Bayern. He's waited long enough for the board to get their act together. We've got Flash Ale, big up, guys. These Kane rumours are going around in circles, DR. Peter Meir, you've talked an awful lot of sense. Big up. Kev Williams, it's over to Levy now to pull your finger out and get the players in. That would show our fans and the greatest ever player that you're serious about winning silverware. Tony Fitzjohn says Bayern Munich wouldn't be three times if Kane hadn't accepted to go there.
Exactly.
Colin Turner, an agent's job is to get the best deal for his client, Kane versus Kane. Gary Becks, he's 30-year-old man, Philip. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, Tequila. Normally, I agree with Mia on a lot of things, but me and Mia are
war. Big up. Yeah, big up, Tequila. The thing is, I respect, like, everyone's opinion is obviously valid. I'm just strong in my opinions. I don't mean to come across rude about it to anybody because, honestly, I'm just strongly opinionated is all.
Lee Richards, who among us can say we have never changed our mind over taking a job? Don't think we should condemn him for doing something that's all of us have probably done at some point.
Never.
Yeah.
I've never done that. Do you know why? Because if I commit to something, I will always make sure that I come up to my commitments.
I was offered a job. I have my own business and I was offered a job to go and work for another company. Now, I was going to get more money, but the job was somewhere up in the Midlands. And it meant uprooting my family from where I lived up to Manchester, around all Midlands, so Birmingham, Manchester, that sort of area. And I turned it down. I said, look, let me talk about my family about it. I sort of agreed to the deal, to the job, but I'd let you know. And I turned them down.
Yeah,
because it was all...
But he agreed. That's a bit different because you said, let me talk to my family first. He didn't do that with Bayern. He said, okay, I'll go. And then now he's gone along really far along the line and then said, actually, I don't want to come. Like, I think that's something, I think the way he's done it is probably a lot worse.
Yeah. Ellie's saying, yeah, but the deal gets Mir. His family will be turning his head. That's what families do. They talk and Harry's listened. His head.
But he should have been talking 4 weeks ago when he said yes already to Bayern Munich. Like, I do not understand why people do not understand communication is key. If you're going to talk to your family, if you're going to move, you talk as a family at the start. It's a bit like when I moved house. If I said to the boys, oh yeah, we're moving. And then all of a sudden I said, actually, boys, day before we're supposed to move, we're not moving now. Like, that's not what you do. You don't do that to your family. You decide and talk about it as a family first.
Right. We're going to end up there. Mia, do you want to tell everyone where you'll be on later with us, but where can people find you, please? And congratulations on reaching 900 subs, by the way.
Thank you. I didn't want to say anything because I've got this suspicion until there's like a few more on there. I'm always suspicious that people are going to just unsub. So I'm not going to jinx it. But yeah, thank you. Yeah, Spurs Between the Lines. I try and bring you all the latest news. I was on live earlier, so go back and if you can later on watch that video to get a few more people watching it. I do daily transfer news, I do lives, I do collaboration. So yeah, keep an eye out on all the stuff that I like to do.
I like this from Tequila. In 4 hours' time, Philip, he will have left, come back again.
Yeah.
Defo.
Oh,
It's like the Okie Kokie. He's in, out, shake it all about.
Yeah, true.
Philip, I always go to you at times like this because you're the man with the experience and the knowledge, and we all bow down to your knowledge at Tottenham, and we all look up to you when it comes to loans because you have the experience, and we all, you are the godfather, and there's a reason why you're the godfather, because you are the godfather of us on this channel. What does your antenna, what does your gut tell you what's going to happen? And you've had all the different arguments today, Philip. What do you think will happen? But do you think there could be another twist in this yet?
Oh, I'd say it's a bit like the Formula One track. There's that many twists and turns on it. You don't know where you're finishing. Yeah, I mean, I normally can have a fairly clear idea what's happening. At the moment, I have no idea where this is going to end up. Absolutely none, really. And I'm seeing now, rumors now that Manchester City are in for him now as well. So this is going to get even more confusing. Even though they have Haaland, they want Harry Kane as well.
Do you think there will be a clamour of clubs before the start of the season? Let's see, can we tempt him to come to us?
Possibly, yeah, possibly. Like, this is where Daniel Levy has to stay strong. If Harry Kane decides not to go to Bayern Munich, we cannot, under any circumstances, sell him to a Premiership club this summer, because that'd be shooting ourselves in the foot. Let him go to Bayern Munich rather than that.
Yeah,
because
but yeah, go on.
No, I'm only saying that Levy will be hung, drawn, and quartered if he sells to Man City or Man United or Chelsea. He really will.
Yeah,
you know.
Do you really think so, Philip?
I do, yeah. Well, he's damned if he does and damned if he doesn't anyway on this one. Look,
just very quickly, do you feel that if, say, Man City, United, or Chelsea, look, if I don't want to go to Chelsea, but say if Man City and Man United came in and Harry said to him, look, I'm not going to go to Bayern Munich, but if Man United come in, I want to go there. Do you know? And if you don't, then I'm going to go there in the summer. What do you do then?
Well, I think Daniel Levy's on record now. Could be wrong after the Berbatov situation of saying he'd never sell to Manchester United again. Now I don't know whether that's right or not. I know Ericsson went there by a roundabout route. So I don't know. I just don't know. I would hope that he would say to Harry, listen, for the sake of the club, if you're going, go to Bayern Munich, because at least they're not a direct competitor of ours. Don't disrespect the fans by going to another Premiership club. That's what I hope he'd say to him.
But isn't that what Levy's trying to do now, Philip? And he's refusing to go. Well, it looks like he might be refusing to go.
Well, we don't know if any other clubs made an offer. You know, if Man United come in with an offer or Man City come in with an offer, Daniel Levy has to try and persuade them. If you're going, go to Bayern. Because I don't think any of us want him to go to a Premiership club. You know,
of course not. But I'm just saying.
I love around.
Yeah, I love Mia's dog when the dog starts wagging its tail, because I can hear it in the background. It's really cute.
But my fear is now.
My dogs are asleep. You're hearing things. They're both asleep on the sofa.
Probably me doing that. My fear is on this one is, Dermot, that Premiership clubs will get wind of. Obviously, they know what's going on here, right? Somebody like Man City, who have money to burn and get away with it, FFP all the time, will come in and make him an offer, and Daniel Levy will accept it, and Harry Kane will go to Manchester City, and that to me would be the ultimate humiliation. I'd rather see him go to Bayern Munich.
Do you know what? It's weird, because I wouldn't care if he went City, because City win everything anyway. I wouldn't want him to go to a Man U or a Chelsea. I feel differently about that.
I suppose, you know, but no, it's just so frustrating and so draining at the moment. You know, I feel like I've run a marathon today listening to all this.
Yeah. Well, at least we're going to talk about the Premier League later and all the other bits and pieces, because there's some good things in there. Yeah,
The
go on,
thing
Mia.
about it is that if this is true, what Romano has said, it's going to be resolved in a couple of hours. A couple of hours' time is going to be around when we're probably going to be live. So,
The poll has ended. What will Kane do? Stay 61%, go 38%, 107 votes in that poll. So, but just very quickly, Gary Beck's accepting buying deal has done what was never possible. Prove Kane has a price. Lee Richards, but seriously, that's why Harry needs to clarify things. Don't blame him for changing his mind, but going to buying. But I do think he should tell us Spurs fans what his intentions are exactly. Dragon D nuts. Phillips clapping his cube too with a smiley face.
Oh dear. Right.
Colin Turner, any other offer would have to match or better Brian's offer.
Yeah,
that is very true.
It.
It's money. Levy will sell, but it will be a ridiculous fee. There'll be all sorts of rumors now. There really will be. Kev Williams also says it may be a great window if he stays, sees progress, and resigns through those. Yeah, and reigns.
Resigns. I think that's resigns.
Resigns. Yeah, I
resigns.
think so. But look, we are going to be back at 9 with the Premier League show. Look, I'm sure we are going to talk about the Harry Kane, whatever comes out. I'm going to go and find a cold bucket of water and stick my head into it. Philip's going to find a very dark room and pretend.
I'm going to set my drums up and batter the hell out of them for half an hour.
Now, listen, don't do that, right? You promise you do that live. So you got to keep your promise. You promise you play your drums live, Philip. You got to keep your promise on that. You did promise that.
Okay, do something. I might just have an empty house tonight. I might just set it up at 9 o'clock. If I have an empty house at 9 o'clock, I'll set them up, right?
Yeah, there you go. And Mia's going to go down to Romero and just use a particular set of skills so she can get Harry Kane to do whatever.
I'm going to take my frustrations out on Romero.
We haven't done right. Philip, what's Fred up to today?
Oh God, Fred is just about every Spurs fan in the world wanting to know what's going on at the minute.
And on that big bombshell, we'll be back at 9. Take care. Come on, you Spurs.
See you later.
Trust.